G'day, fellas, and welcome to Outback Octagon 3. This is game number 23. And boy, oh boy, do we have a spawn for you today. Have a look at this. We have got something very remarkable, very exciting, but interestingly, not a lot of resources. Players everywhere are looking to put their town centers down next to each other because they can't find any resources. We see town centers from Core and Puppy Paw coming together, but unfortunately for Core, Puppy Paw is perched like a pelican, perfectly prepared to... I can't finish it with any P's. You know, we've done a lot of alliteration with Puppy Paw's name recently. I don't know whether he's going to get his own personal pond today, as Core once again cancels. Very smart decision, Core. This is interesting. You know, I was talking about the a couple bets that you might be like putting on this game, because on Twitch there's a little thing that you can do. It's not really betting. It's kind of like predictions, basically. And there was a couple of options that we were floating. The first one is like Puppy Paw's likely chance to win with the Chinese. No, that'd probably be a 50-50. And then you could do like the likelihood that Core gets eliminated first. Probably a 50-50 as well. We love Core. We love him. All right, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's introduce our players and take a look at where they are currently sitting in the north of the map in the color yellow with her own personal island, playing as the Mongols, representing Team United States of America. It's Fei-Chan. Now have a look at this island that she has got up here. She's got her own personal pond in the north, and if she wants to move south, she's got a huge ocean that she can play with. She's also got a very defensible entrance to the front of her base. This is looking very nice for her. I like the fact that we've got double coastal trade posts next to each other, you know, just in case you want to secure one and leave the other one for everybody else. But she doesn't have a whole lot of resources here. She's got about 12k food, or rather 12k gold. And it kind of reminds me of like the custom maps I used to make back in StarCraft 2. When I used to play, or not StarCraft 2, rather StarCraft 1. I remember playing RTS games as a kid with my dad, and I would always make these stupid maps in StarCraft. I remember I made this one where it was like, yeah, you had one little island like this on one side of the map, and then you had another island on the other side, and then there was like a tiny little walkway that you could go through the middle of the map, and I just remember putting 1,000 photon cannons in my base as Protoss, and Dad obviously obliterated them with his Yamato cannons, playing as the Terran with his battleships or his battle cruisers. But I don't know whether Faye's going to be thinking about doing the same thing today, but it remains to be seen. We'll wait and see. In the east of the map, in the color pink, playing as the Delhi Sultanate, representing Team Elephant. Also part of Team China, it's Louis MT. In the south, or rather, on Louis MT's south, playing as the Chinese, representing Team Canada. Back-to-back champion of the Outback Octagon, looking to pick up a third title this season. It's Puppy Paw. To Puppy Paw's west, in the color orange, playing as the Japanese, representing Team Germany, it's Core. Kondui Yashita. That was a very loud villager, and it's my own fault for zooming in. Meanwhile, let's check on the west of the map, where a lot of players have decided that this is where they want to call home. Elyona spawns in, playing as Joan of Arc in the red, representing Team France today. It's Elyona. This is a bit of a tough spawn here for him. He's got Joan of Arc out here. He's got the dock. We've got some deep sea fish or deep water fish. You know what's crazy is like, I talk about this all the time. In the alpha, they were called deep sea fish for like 4 weeks. And that just got lasered into my brain. And now they will never escape that name. They've been called deep water fish for like 3 years. And I just can't stop calling them deep sea fish. They're always going to be deep sea fish to me. To the west of Elyona, playing as the Order of the Dragon, representing Team My Insanity, it's Anatan. Now, what a cozy spawn this is. Have a look at this. You've got the triple wood lines here for Anatan, but not a whole lot of anything else. He's got gold a little bit further away. How about relics? I see one relic in the north, inside the base of Waman. I see a second relic. I see a third relic. That's it. We got 3 relics today. We got 3 relics and a whole lot of fish. That is, that's quite random. All right, now, speaking of the Malian base, ladies and gentlemen, in the color purple, playing as the Malians, representing Team Republic of South Africa, it's Waman. Good luck to her today. This is going to be tough. She is right in the middle of everybody. And of course, our final player for today, ladies and gentlemen, playing as the English in the colour teal, representing Team Sweden, it's Baltoon. So if you had to give a favourable position to anyone, you might be tempted to say Anatan looks pretty good, right? He's got his back against the wall. There's nobody here behind him. He's got a couple players he can pick up easily. There's only one problem. He's playing the Order of the Dragon, and they need one thing to make it work. Relics. Now, they don't need relics. You can play without relics, but it's hard. It's tough. That's that's your special power. So to not have relics really, really hurts Anatan here. And so because of that, if I was a betting man, and I'm not, but if I was, you know where I'd be putting my money. You know where I would be putting my money. Ladies and gentlemen, he's got his own personal pond. It is currently the size of the Indian Ocean. It is absolutely huge. Nobody else out here. There's a lot of deep sea fish for him as well. It's puppy paw. There, I think he's in the best spot. And, you know, it's one of those things. I don't know how he does this, but there's got to be a bias to it, right? Like, how is it that 4 people all manage to come up on this side and put their TCs down, and yet Puppy Paw finds space? Now, granted, he didn't always have this space. He had to fight Core a little bit, probably said a few fighting words in the middle of the game. But, you know, he manages to find space. Now, he does have Louis to the north, so he's got to worry about that. But there's also sacred sites in play. 1, 2, 3. Louis not really in position to take those. And there's a whole bunch of space down here. Now, I didn't see what the original spawn was for these guys. I didn't see where everything spawned. But I will say that this is going to be very focused on the top side of the map. Like, everything towards the bottom side is completely vacant. And have a look at this. If Core realizes, hold on a minute, what if I just run? Like, what if I just go down here? Who's going to stop me? Now, there's a lot of gold in the middle. Have a look at this. If you manage to secure the middle, oh my lord, this is looking like Gold Rush. There is so much gold here. And this is just one of those things that further gives advantage to Puppy Paw. Because I suspect after Core delayed that town center, it's not going to be an easy start. Have a look at this. Baltoon, playing as the English, starts teeing off towards the villages of Wammen. And I think she's going to realize, unfortunately, that she's not going to be able to get... Oh, no, she's going to commit to it. She's got the micro right now. More English vills. Now she's going to cancel way too many English vills. And Baltoon forcing Wammen back, the Saharan Trade Network. She's going to go for it again, though. Vills need to be careful. The scout copying a little bit of damage here. You can see she's trying her best to pull back the ones that have got low health. And just wants to keep the ones that have got... Oh, it's Joan of Arc. I thought it was the king for a second. I got really worried. You can see Wammen is caught between a rock and a hard place and 3 different players. It's not pretty. Puppy Paw now reaching the feudal age, going up with the Imperial Academy. Towards the north, Fei Chan, of course, is starting that trade. 17 gold. Not a huge amount of trade, but it's about the best you can ask for in a situation like this. Baltoon about to reach the feudal age himself. Only 2 vills on the age up. Khan about to go down as the vills jump inside the town center. Not going to happen. All the age ups coming through. Baltoon as well. Elyona aging up. Core about to hit that age up as well. He's going to be the last one up today to the feudal age. Poor Core. Poor Core. Now, what does he do here? He's got access to a lot of gold, but I don't know if that necessarily translates to a lot of wealth. He's going to open with the Coca Township, and we can see he's got the free shinobi that's currently being trained up. Where does he go with this? What do you do with this? Because you can kind of hope right now that Puppy Paw doesn't come for you. How does he go about defending against Puppy Paw? I think you probably just want to play into Castle Age. Wait, does he have a deep sea fish? Oh, he's got a single deep water fish. This is so good for him. This is such a relief for him to have a pond with just 1 deep water fish in it. This is amazing because it means that he's got longevity in this. It essentially means you can go into like an extra 4 or 5 fishing boats if you so chose to. That's really big for him. So Mounted Samurai would be what I expect him to move into. Meanwhile, on the north of the map, have a look at this, is Louis MT. It's going to be forcing away the fishing boat of Core. Core was having a... Wait, is Core... Why is Core up here? Where's... Oh, there's a dock. Core's built a dock right here next to Louis MT. Core, what are you doing? Get out of it, mate. That's his personal pond. You don't go touching other people's personal ponds, Core. Didn't your parents ever teach you that? Now, have a look at this. Core already clicking up to the castle age. Minework is in for Anatan. Now, interestingly, it doesn't look like he is focusing that much on going up to castle himself. He's actually just looking to secure the water. And we can see that he's taken out the dock. He's done a good job to do that as well. There's another personal pond in the back over here. It's going to be Anatan's. I just realized we got another personal pond here. Personal ponds everywhere. Everyone's got a little bit of personal ponds. Have a look at this white tower attempting to get rushed. Whammon throwing as many vills as she can at it, but it looks like it is going up. And have a look at this at the same time. Elyona helping out, pumping down these villages. More vills going to get pulled. It looks almost certain that the white tower gets up here, but a lot of vills will go down. Keep in mind, if the white tower does actually get up, that it will be able to take out a lot of these vills, but at the end of the day, the white tower will rise. Baltune with 18 vills, Whammon with 33, manages to keep a decent-sized economy, and keep in mind, she can just look to move into battering rams here and try and pressure the white tower. She is still in the feudal age, but this is a very aggressive white tower, and I think Baltune sees the writing on the wall here and wants to try and make the most of a bad situation. It cost him a lot, though. It cost him a huge amount. Core... Interesting walls. Walls also coming up on the south side here. Barbican, of course, standing strong. No second TC for Puppy Paw. Puppy Paw going to be looking for a castle age, and I suspect probably going to be looking for a lot of... Maybe palace guards could be an option for him. Second TC for Elyona. Very, very bold. But at the same time, I don't see a real problem with this. I think this is okay for Elyona to go into the second TC. Oh, it's such a tough game, though. I mean, this is, right now, like, trying to pick a winner here, it's hard, but you can't help but really go past Faye. Like, Faye is in a really good spot, back against the wall, nobody even close to her, and she gets to decide who comes in and who leaves. But now the age up comes through from Puppy Paw. He's gone into the castle age. The clock tower is down. Archery range is being added in. He's going to start moving into lances here. And now he spots out all of the players on the minimap, and undoubtedly he starts laughing and says, what the hell is that? That is ridiculous. Now, this is a bit hard. Have a look at this. This is a smart move by Baltune. Baltune's got the battering ram out. You can't actually take this down with villagers, because if you do, the white tower is going to kill those villagers very quickly. So you almost need to put 14 vills inside, pop them out immediately, throw the torches, and then put them back in. And that requires a lot of dexterity to do. So it's not going to be an easy defense here for Whammon. Now, keep in mind, Whammon is a Conqueror 3 player. I'm pretty sure she's Conqueror 3. I know she's at least Conqueror. So she's a very good player. But it's still going to require a lot of skill for her to negotiate that. On the backside, she's got vills that are repairing the town center. She's also looking to go into banker repairs, which is very, very smart of her. A unique technology to the Malians that allows her to get more value from those repairs. On the backside, Joan of Arc slowly making moves. And we now start to see the numbers building up here. Whammon, has she picked a fight, though, with Anatan as well? To be honest, I don't see any way that Anatan goes through to Whammon instead of just going straight into the base of Elyona. Elyona's gone in for that second TC, though. Keep that in mind. And now with 4 battering rams, the king is going to be exposed. But there's nothing that says you can't just take your king into a transport ship and go live in the country. Meanwhile, over on the east of the map, we'll check back in with Puppy Paw the Barbican. And plenty of units now starting to come up. We also see for the Delhi Sultanate now, big levels of production coming through here as well. Town center still under pressure. Banco repairs is in. Keep that in mind. Decent repairs coming out. Meanwhile, Baltune, every second that goes on, he is just getting weaker and weaker and weaker. And there is a potential opening here if Faye looks to strike. If Faye wants to strike, she's definitely got the ability to do it. She's got a number of units out, and Baltune's not going to have too much in the way of a defense here. Slowly working it down. Puppy Paw going to be revealing out enemy positions. We start to see relics being brought back in, and now the attack is looking strong on Elyona. But have a look at this. Korra's also got mounted samurai, and he says, you know what? I kind of want this king kill for myself. I don't know if you're going to be able to take this one, Anatan. Faye now reaching the castle age as well. A number of production. A lot of vills on the backside. She's trying her best to keep her head above water, but it is a struggle right now. Also losing the Saharan Trade Network. If she loses both of these, it's going to be First Blood going over to Baltune. Keep in mind, he is in Castle Age. He gets points for First Blood, but doesn't get an extra point for the kill because he's not in the Feudal Age. But it will still get, I think, 3 points, which is decent. Puppy Paw's Lancers. Puppy Paw's... Oh, God, Puppy Paw's here. Oh, God, Puppy Paw is here. The good news is, though, even though Puppy Paw's here, and he will be looking to snipe, if this town center goes down, Whammon is out. And that is going to mean that the points go over to Baltune. He secures the kill. And with that, he takes First Blood. And the king stands strong. It doesn't matter who gets the king or the kill on the king, though. I mean, it does matter who gets it. Joan of Arc going to go down. Because the person who gets the kill on the king will get that extra 50 pop. And that's kind of important. So that extra 50 pop goes over to Baltun. I think the next question is, for how long, though? And now, the town center. Ville's jumping out, looking to try and siege it down. Over on the east side, Puppypool's going to look to put some pressure onto Louis MT. These guys are very high ranked. Looking at like rank number 1 and, well, not one and 2, but 2 top 5 players on that side. And now the king, where is he? He's going to be exposed. He's out on the ground. Elyona trying his best to stay alive, but the king gets sniped, and Anatan takes the kill. Sorry, Louis back over here. In fact, Louis having a bit of trouble, ladies and gentlemen. This might be a quick game. We're 16 minutes into it. 2 players are already down. It is a bit of a bloodbath as Puppypaw is now looking to secure his own kill as well. The keep did not come online. Had it come online for Louis, perhaps things would be different, but unfortunately his town center is under siege. In the west of the map, will the attacks continue? Perhaps Anatan looks to push further towards the north. Perhaps he's quite happy with his spot. Now, where is Faye? And what's she up to? She's got a lot of vills over here. She's gone for 1 TC. She's got a fair bit of trade. Step Redoubt is down. Traction Trebuchet working down that main town center. The king probably going to be making moves. Indeed, he has already made a move to the White Tower. So with the Traction Trebuchet, you're going to be so much slower than just going into battering rams. I feel like the tempo from battering rams is a lot better. King trying to get to the transport ship, but he's going to get blocked and taken out. Puppypaw secures the kill on Louis MT. And now we've got a problem, ladies and gentlemen, because the biggest threat to Louis MT in this lobby was, or rather the biggest threat to Puppypaw in this lobby was Louis MT. And he has been taken out within 17 minutes. And now Puppypaw, I would say that he sits uncontested, but the truth is there is a core in the middle of the map, and he's got a decent amount of units. He's also playing the Japanese, which are, of course, a fearsome civilization when it comes to FFA. The only trouble is Core has people at his back, and there's no guarantee that they will stay friendly forever. He's already tried to make enemies with Elyona. Didn't have too much success. I think he may have even tried to visit the base of Wammen. Obviously got repelled by the White Tower. And now the question becomes, who goes next? Because Anatan's in a great spot here. He's picked up an extra 50 population. He's already 170 pop, and he's only in the feudal age. Only just hit the castle age now. The only thing to note is he's got no relics. He will go into the Regnitz. Does he know about this relic? Perhaps if he does, things aren't going to be terrible for him. But the 2 relics in the middle of the map have already been picked up by Core. He's got 2 at the moment. Towards the top side. The Traction Trebuchet continues to work down the town center. Now, just in the same way that Baltun took out Wammen, there is a chance that Faye looks to do the same thing. We've got 2 landmarks here. The 3rd landmark not too far away. And the Traction Trebuchet number continues to build. They're just moving into position. They're slowly getting there. And I hear Puppypaw maybe thinking about going to the Imperial Age, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is getting out of hand quickly. He's only on 1 TC, but he's got a pretty good food economy on the water. Big army. Oh, this is so smart. This is so smart. I didn't even think about this. Puppypaw, how do you fit a brain the size of a watermelon in a head the size of a walnut? I will never understand it, but it is impressive. He's looking to do a drop. Oh, she's got outposts up already. Hold on. That's Baltun's town center going down. She's got an outpost up, so she might be able to spot this drop before it actually happens. But I think that's 100% what's happening. Yeah, it is. So Puppypaw's looking to do a drop. And when it comes to this king's positioning, now, she could always just get a transport ship and move him to the back, move the king to the back here. This is an option, but I like the way that Puppypaw's thinking. This is a decent-sized army here. Now, I don't know what the communications are between Puppypaw and Core, and how much they've been talking about what their plans are, but we don't really see them attacking each other. And I think that's largely because Core knows that if he attacks Puppypaw, he's dead. And I think at the same time, Puppypaw knows if he attacks Core, that it's going to be a prolonged battle. It's not going to be easy. And Core, at the moment, he just wants easy kills. He just wants to sweep in and grab a quick kill. Look at this, though. Anatan slowly building up on those battering ram numbers. Have a look at this. Huge amount of spears here. Has he got some lunge connector in there as well? Doesn't look like it. It's all just spears for the moment. And now that trebuchet is making its way after the 2nd landmark has gone down. You can see that she's working on a couple Springolds back here. Look at the amount of Springolds she's got. This is a huge amount of Springolds. But we might have that drop coming through any second. Another outpost going to be coming up. I don't think Puppy Paw knows that she's got vision here, but it could very much change the outcome of this game because she's looking to commit to taking out the White Tower. Anatan, I suspect, will be happy to take it out even if Faye can't. And now, the outpost gets a Springald in placement, immediately gets spotted. Does Faye look to make moves back towards her base? The Springolds are heading back, but the infantry is not. And now we've got a little bit of a dance as multiple players are looking to try and swoop in on Baltoon. Faye's going to be one of them. She hasn't realized that the enemy is within her base. King on the other side. Oh, the landmark got taken out. Oh, was it Faye that got the kill? I'm not sure who got the kill because it's bugged. Remember that it's actually bugged. We can't go off the color. It doesn't actually work correctly. It's based off the first person who attacked it. That's it. Now the king coming out. The king coming out. She's trying to run the king. But she doesn't have time. She just got sniped out. She had nowhere to go anyway. So she just figured, I'm going to try and make a run towards my army and get that king or keep that king alive. But unfortunately, she just gets rolled over so damn quickly. And then there were 3. Who would have thought that Core would make it to the final 3? Go on, be honest. How many people actually think that Core could have made it to the final 3? So I think here was a combination of things. Like, number one, obviously, the drop. It got scouted, but I don't know whether Faye actually saw the drop. Because there is getting dropped, and then there's actually seeing the drop. 2 different things. Because judging from the way that she moved her army, I don't think she saw it. And by the time it happened, like, by the time the army is here, it's too late. She can try and make a run to the transport ship, but you got to remember, people panic. People panic when that kind of thing happens. Look at this. Look at Puppy Paw. Hey, Puppy Paw. You're trying a bit too hard here, buddy. Come on, man. Really? Look at this. These bases over here. 1, 2, 3 screens. 3 screens away, and he's like, we're future building the Chinese nation. We are. Oh my gosh. So, for anybody wondering about why we can't use the tag, like the yellow tag, it doesn't work because it's based on the first person that hits the landmark. And I only know that because there was a person who got a kill on a landmark, or at least it said that the person killed the landmark, and they were nowhere near the landmark. They had no units nearby, but they did attack the landmark. They were the first person to attack it. Wallolol attempt. Okay, not gonna happen. Anatan, with the single relic that he's got, trying for a sneaky Wallolol. Not going to be able to find it. So we might need our mods, or our admins, to go back through the replay and actually watch and see who got the final hit on this. And this is something that we've done before for games. I remember going over this. I want to say it was a Donardi game where he got a kill with a trebuchet, and it might have been on GUA. We literally watched the trebuchet bolts come through and hit Attakabuni? Attakabuni? God, that's not easy to say. Have I? I'm going to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen an Attakabuni. Surely I've seen one. But they're pretty cool looking. They're a fearsome looking ship. Vessel. Vehicle. Let's check in. See how Puppy Paw is doing. Keep in mind, Puppy Paw has got a pretty decent sized score now. Core moving in the north. What was Core looking for? Was he looking for maybe the kill on the king? Did he not realize the king had been taken? He's going to go into the Castle of the Crow, looking to try and keep the king safe. And he's actually putting it on the sacred site. Now, keep in mind, when it comes to sacred sites, I think there's only 3 sacred sites, and they're all pretty centrally controlled here by Core. So, in the event this gets into a 1v1 situation, that's what Core's going to be looking at. The only trouble is, Core is, well, he's picking in the middle. We've seen this before. We've got a king. King on the loose here. Core had an opportunity. He could have gone for it, but, you know, you got to be in the position for it. So what's the plan? Oh, you know what the plan is? Look at this. This is so much forward thinking. There's enough space in here for a keep and enough space for a wonder. That's Puppy Paw for you guys. He is just thinking that far ahead. He's like, you know what? I probably want to leave enough space in here for a wonder. Now, granted, he could just put a whole bunch of farms in here, and I would be completely wrong, but I don't think that's the case. I do not think that is the case at all. He wouldn't go for farms because he's already got a food economy. Duh. Come on, guys. Really? Really? All right, a little bit of trade coming in for Anatan. Only 26 gold coming through on some of these traders. Is he going to the coastal trade post over here? You would think that he is, but maybe he hasn't seen it yet. There is a dock here. Yeah, he's going to this dock. This is a terrible position. He's trying to cut through. You can see all the traders on standby, trying their best, waiting in line to get through. So it's just a matter of finding these. And he'll get there eventually. It's going to take some time for him to get there. Puppy Paws King. He's going to sit in an outpost for the moment. He doesn't have the resources to throw the keep down. There's the keep right there. He'll throw that one down instead. You can see that... you can see Core did eventually get the memo that, hold on, Puppy Paws King was undefended, but unfortunately for Core, Puppy Paw had kind of planned for this to happen. Intentionally sits inside the stealth forest and just absolutely obliterates the mounted samurai. Oh, man. It wasn't pretty. That was not pretty. That was a lot of dead cavalry. They weren't going to achieve much either. He thought the king was just sitting out here undefended. Come on, it's really like you think Puppy Paw is going to leave his king undefended? You're talking about the 2-time, mate. Come on, soon to be the 3-time at this rate. It's looking scary. Stonewall's now going to start coming up towards the top side of this base, and now Anatan has secured a trade route that looks a little bit more respectable. 80 gold coming through now for these traders. He's not the only one trading though. Puppy Paw, wait, hello. Puppy Paw taking advantage of the personal ponds made available to him. On the south, he's doing some fishing. And he's got the fishing upgrades. Congratulations. And in the north, he's got the docks that are doing some trade. And this is some really scary trade number. 76, 81 on both of these. I mean, technically, you want to be going to this one. But you'll take this one as well. And now... you got to remember that these traders, not only do they bring in wood as well as gold, but they're also a lot faster. 1.72 movement speed compared to the 1.0. So it's basically like a 2-to-1 sort of ratio. They're very scary. All right, so this is pretty much the best trade that you can get when it comes to a map like this, right? Like this is very, very far. Unless you're playing on like a map where you've got one right in the corner and it comes across, like this is very hard to top. All right, so the walls have now come up. Let's ride on board and check in with Anatan. See how he's doing. Keep in mind, Anatan is in the Imperial Age as well here. He's got the Regnitz Cathedral. He's got a single relic. And he's got the king inside the Elsbach Palace with 7,500 health. The Elsbach Palace has got a base of 5 fire armor and an additional +1. And it's also got a buff that decreases the damage it takes by 33%. It's a huge advantage to have this over the Palace of Swabia, but obviously in the short term, the Swabia is amazing for the economy. Scout goes down. Puppy Paw is looking around. Has Puppy determined that perhaps the best choice here is to just, instead of taking out Core, just leave Core? Because he knows he can run over the top and try and do as much damage as he can to Anatan. Maybe that's the play. Carrick's now coming out for Anatan on this North Sea. He's looking to shut down the trade of Puppy Paw. Well and truly. Meanwhile, oh my lord, look at the size of that. Core with 101 military units. It's all... are they on a Bagatia? I think they're on a Bagatia, aren't they? Yeah, they're all on a Bagatia. Now, stone walls are numerous here. So he's not going to find much of a way through. The king is very safe as well. So there's no real snipe attempt that's going to be able to happen. He could look to try and take out landmarks, but I don't know if he's going to be able to do that. And now, Puppy Paw with the fire lancers. He's trying his best just to cause a bit of havoc here. He has trouble. In the north, though, the Baochuan's going to start cleaning up the Carracks. Nowhere to be seen now. And he secures up both of his personal ponds, makes them his own. He could even look to come and put pressure now over towards these traders. Now, I don't think that would have happened if it wasn't for the fact that these docks were creating a little bit of pandemonium. And now that that's happened, he can deny the trade. And by denying that... oh, this is not good. That is really bad here for Anatan. You can't help but feel like that's massively gone against what he wanted to do. He was thinking he was very smart making those moves, and Puppy Paw has just kind of used it against him. He's looking to try and secure the coastline with outposts. But they get denied as well. Puppy Paw still doing a little bit of a run around here. Big army. Big army from Core. Have a look at this. Let's check in towards the top. Puppy Paw shuts down the trade. So how do they go about breaking this stalemate right now? Because when it comes to king locations, you've got one in the Castle of the Crow. So this would be, this is easy to take out. There's no stone walls protecting this. You run in with 45 fire lancers, it's dead. I don't know what Core's doing, or what he thinks he's doing. Decent number, though, of units. Fire lancers getting good connections on the way through. Was he trying to make his way for the king? Is that what was happening? That could be the situation. And now over towards the top side, more units going to get cleaned up. Fire lancers together with the spears. Anatan in the west. Still making good money on this trade. But it has been shut down. Couple of junks here as well. And Puppy Paw maxed out at 300 population. Now looking to clean up. All of the Baoshuans just protecting the villagers. He's getting such great value out of them. The nest of bees in placement on them as well. And Puppy Paw forces back the troops of Core. I can't help but feel like it's just a matter of time until Puppy Paw picks off a player in the position to the west of him. It's just sitting here for the taking. You know, compare that to like someone like Anatan, who is so well fortified, so well defended. It is a different story. Like trying to make these fire lancers connect, it's just so much harder to do. And now, the retreat comes on. Onabagashia is out. Indeed. I'm not going to try and speak. I'm not going to try and speak Japanese. It's always so tempting when you hear them like that, though. All right. Well, I've got a ping here on Discord. I'm kind of tempted to check it because I think it might be from our admin, but I'm not gonna take it right now. I'm just gonna let the battles continue. Let the battles rage on. Vil's in the north of the map. Now, keep in mind, Puppy Paw doesn't have access to a lot of gold, so he's coming up here to get that gold. The majority of the gold is down here. Oh, is he going for a sacred victory? Is that what is happening? Core could think about going for a sacred victory. There's no point, though. You're outnumbered 2-1, not to mention the fact you're outnumbered 300 pop on both sides here. Like, it's not going to be easy. Now more units. Core with more Onabagashia is going to try and do another run by. But surely Core realizes that there's a stone wall. Like, what are the chances that you get through this? He can't even really go after landmarks either. I think your best bet... See, you can't even transport ship drop him. Because he's got control of both of the seas. He's walling off the gold mine to try and keep out the enemy as well. It's kind of crazy how Puppy Paw can control the game in such a position. But it's, like, still, Anatan's not out of this game. That's the other thing to remember. Like, Anatan is not out of this. All right. Traders are back down to 28 gold a pop. He's trading with this single dock. The Ming Dynasty has begun. Puppy Paw is online. Keep in mind, he's got 162 vils at this stage of the game. He's trying to find the king. Oh shit! No way! Oh, no way, there was a chance. Okay. Cool. All right, my game just crashed. Cool. For you fellas on YouTube, we'll be back shortly. We'll sort this out. Any player who desyncs is required to send a screenshot of their desync message to the tournament admin. It doesn't cover this, though. This is when all 3 players desynced or crashed at the same time? I've got an idea. I don't know if you guys are going to like it, but I've got an idea. So this is what I'm thinking. Core, Puppy Paw, and Atand. I'm going to get you guys together in the ring, and you can fight it out. And we can do a 3-man FFA if you're okay with that. That's like the best solution I can come up with, though. Like, what else do we do? Like,